All right, guys, I just wanted to make a quick video for you guys here on the new update that just released on the MetaQuest platform. If you guys are part of the PTC, the early access, where you guys are getting software updates early here in the testing program, this update just dropped. It just got installed on my Quest here, and I wanted to walk you through this new OS because this is an OS that a lot of us have been hearing about for a while. This is called the Navigator. Meta showed this off last year, and we were all, wondering about when this was coming, how excited we should be about it. Is it actually going to change the new OS and the new style that we're going to go forward? So I'm going to showcase everything to you guys here that's currently available today and what has been part of the update. And let's go ahead and get into the video.
Gaming tech, eating brekkie is the gaming tech. Going for a brekkie is the gaming tech. Gaming tech is the gaming tech. Gaming techie.
Alright guys, welcome back to another video, and like you guys saw, we are looking at the new Oculus menu system that just revealed that they call the Navigator. So I wanted to show you guys exactly what these new features are. This is rolling out. If you guys are in the public test, then you'll be able to get this. I got this today, and I am definitely excited for the future of this new OS that Meta is presenting here, because it is much better than what we've had on the Quest for forever now. And this is the vision that they had last year that I've been looking forward to. And even though not everything is incorporated into this new OS yet, and I'll show you guys what I mean. What's here is a foundation of what this operating system can do, and I'm excited for it. So, all right, so if we go ahead and hit the Oculus button, you can see we are presented with the new interface here right in front of me in this environment that we're in here. And you can see this is the Navigator interface right here. This is the library. This is the center button right here. This would be your library tab. And there's a bunch of things to talk about right here when you see the main menu. One of the things that I really like already right off the bat, as somebody who's a huge fan of 3D, you guys know this on this channel, I love my 3DS. I love the 3D Loom pad that I have. I love the 3D NVIDIA computer that I still use, all that stuff. And this is kind of bringing that a little bit into that OS vision, where everything doesn't have to be flat. That gives it that 3D presentation. So what I mean by that is right now when I'm looking at this menu, you can see the little cloudiness or opaqueness that this has, like a window around the surrounding area that you open the menu in, which I think is really cool, and it gives the whole thing kind of like a 3D look. And then on top of that, the icons here kind of look like they're behind the rest of the menu. So if you look at these icons down here, which we'll talk about, they're kind of in front of it. So when you look at the icons here, it almost looks like it's pushed in, where the icons are forward and the icons are pushed in, which again gives it that 3D look. Same thing when you hover over these, when you hover over your library and all these games that you have, and kind of puts the it kind of brings it in front of you, so it kind of looks like it's coming into the foreground, and also gives it not a 3D look, because I don't think it looks 3D when you hover over it, but just a nice pop where it looks like it's popping off the screen, if that makes sense. So I really like the way that this kind of has curvature, the opaqueness, and just the 3D nature of the way that these icons sit in front and these are kind of overlaid in the back. Now, here in the library here, you can see all your different icons, obviously all the different games that you may have installed and stuff. You can hit the search button and search for whatever games you want. You can filter right here on the side from installed, updates, not installed, and hidden. You can sort by recent, A through Z, and Z through A. Here on the left-hand side, you obviously have your all, where you have all your apps on here. And one of the things to talk about right here off the bat is these things that are pinned right at the top. So right here, you have the Horizon feed. This can be unpinned if you want to for the Horizon feed. You cannot unpin the Meta Horizon store. You could also unpin the People app, and also unpin the browser. So basically the Horizon feed is the one that stays in front. And these are things that you can pin your own games. So if you have games that you're always playing and you want to just pin at the top, you can pin up to 7 different apps and 7 of your different games up here. And just like this, if I pin this at the top, Synth Riders, boom, this is now sitting at the top with the rest of my pins, which is really good, because then no matter what you sort by, your pins will always stay at the top no matter what you're looking at, which in my opinion is really cool when you're looking at all your apps. Same thing, even if you go from all to apps, your pins will also always stay on top, which is really awesome. Obviously, all is all, apps is everything that you have installed, and your library, all is everything, even if you don't have it installed, that's sitting on here. Worlds is if you play Horizon Worlds, you can see all the different worlds that they're kind of featuring and jump right into one of them if you want to, which is cool, because I actually do play Horizon Worlds, and I think there's some fun to be had in there. Some really cool games that they're doing. Super Rumble is obviously great. Citadel was really good. Music Valley always has really good concerts to attend. NBA Arena lets you watch basketball games. So there's some really cool stuff in Horizon Worlds. I know a lot of people hate that they push it so much, but I'm obviously on the opposite spectrum of that, in my opinion. Then Horizon Plus, if you guys are subscribed to Horizon Plus, your whole entire catalog will be here. All the games that you obviously get on a monthly basis. I don't have Horizon Plus because I have a lot of games already, so no need for me to have it as of the time being. But if it's there, this is where it will show up. All your unknown sources of things you have installed, like Side Quest and Quest Optimizer and stuff, will all be right here. And then, of course, your downloads, and you'll see everything that's been downloaded and been updated recently. You can kind of check right through here. You also have the store button right here. Now, if you open up the store, this is what I was talking about and alluding to before. When you open up something that isn't yet like fully integrated into this new look, it's going to open up in the same old 2D flat like menu. I would assume that over time, this stuff is going to change and the operating system will have updates, and then things that are now in 2D, like in this flat panel look, will obviously start turning into the new OS look that you guys are looking at. The same way the library is presented, we'll start seeing the store presented the same way, which is what makes me excited because I can't wait to see how that stuff starts shaping out. Now, here when you're at the main store, you can see that you can obviously make it bigger, and then you're like in this environment here. You can obviously flatten the window, unflatten it like you could before. You can obviously zoom back out of it and adjust the brightness and all that stuff. Now, you could also click back the navigator. This is the navigator button. And also another cool thing, again, adding to that 3D look, is that any windows that you have open behind you will have that 3D look as well. So if I go to all apps again and I scroll over to the top and I open up like the Horizon feed, for example, and it opens up another one, and then I come back here and then I open up the browser, you can see I have my usual 3 windows here. And if I keep opening up the navigator, these 3 windows are now like sitting in the background with a nice 3D look. It's not just that they're there, it's that they're kind of, being presented in a 3D way, which I think is super cool. And I just love the way that it looks 3D. So if I only have one window there, it kind of opens up in 3D. And I just love the way that that looks, because now it's the background that's like floating behind it. And now these icons look even more 3D because it's popping out in front of it. And then these icons are in front of that. So it all has a nice 3D look to it. Way more pleasant and fun to use, in my opinion, than, the old operating system has ever been. So that is the library section here. Now, scrolling down to the bottom tab here, you can see you can hide the navigator from here. So if you want to go back to your 2D windows, that's how you hide it. And if you want to open the navigator, it opens it back up. So that's what that button does there. And then here it actually shows and unshows your windows. So if I click this, it shows your windows. If I want to hide my windows, boom, now my windows are gone. And if I want to unhide them and see them again, you hit this button again, and now it shows those 2D windows again. So you can hide and unhide those 2D windows. Again, you can do the same thing by full screening this if you want to, like usual, and then adjusting the brightness and all that kind of stuff is kind of all there. And then, of course, underneath that, you have your Wi-Fi icon and also the battery percentage sitting right there. Now, going to the left side of here, you can see environmental options. This is how you turn on pass-through or exit pass-through. So that's how you do that right there from the quick action button. I like that there is a camera right here. This is where you access all your camera controls. You can see that this one is open right here in front of me because I'm using the recording application, letting me know I'm recording right now. And I love that the camera is very easy to access. It's kind of sitting right there because I'm always in the camera app taking a picture or recording videos for you guys or whatever the case may be. So it's really easy to access right from there. Then you got your notifications right from here, which you can clear all if I had any here right from there. You can also access the settings right from there. And then you also have your quick settings right from here as well. These are the same exact quick settings that we had before, just in a more opaque and fits the nature of, this OS style now. And then if you go over here, you've got your profile. That brings you right to your profile as you guys are looking at here. Nothing special there. There's my profile. So opening this back up again, like I said, I really, really like the look of this, but I'm really excited to also see not just this that I have now, which makes the library much more pleasant to use in that 3D look that I was talking about before, but I also can't wait for them to upgrade the rest of these apps, this profile, to actually look more like it's part of the OS and not just a regular flat screen. Same thing with the, browser at some point, or like the store that I was talking about before. Once they start making all of these more functioning like this, where it's like a 3D representation of icons and stuff, and the store like kind of fits this theme, because right now you can tell that some of the apps are not updated for this new look. It's just really the settings application that you can go into and fully open the settings. And then even when you open up the full settings after the quick actions, you can see it goes back to the regular settings that we're all used to. So obviously over time, this stuff is going to change, and they're going to start updating it to be a part of this new look. But for now, it's the library. That's why they call it the navigator. That's kind of the main function right now. But over time, I can't wait to see them evolve this and more apps get updated to take advantage of this new look and to just see where this app goes, because we've all requested a lot of things now. Inviting people into our home right now is very basic. All you can basically do is watch YouTube videos together. I want to invite people over my house and show them different apps and show them different videos and hang out together, play different games, customize our homes that we've been hearing about with those things. I forget the names of them right now that they use, like to basically put these little AR objects around your house and stuff like that. All that stuff that was kind of put on hold, which now that this new OS is kind of rolling out, I can't wait to see, the next step of that with customizing your home around you and stuff, because I like all that stuff. So one of the other things I wanted to show you here really quickly too is if you open up something that you're trying to use, let's like whether it's a game or a video player or something like that. If I open up Moon Player, for example, you can see it has this new little cool void, so you're not just staring at a black screen anymore. And then it brings you to the title screen and then obviously starts loading up. Before it used to just go to like a black screen, which is really weird. And people always thought, are things frozen and stuff? Well, now you have that cool little thing. And it does it for every app in the store. It doesn't have to be like updated by the devs or anything. You'll have that like cool new horizon look. I do like the way that that looks with that stuff kind of sitting right there. And obviously, if you have one of these opened, you can open up the navigator by just hitting the Oculus menu anytime you want. And then you're presented with the same interface, except now you have a couple of new options here. If I go back to the Moon Player, you can see it will bring me right back to the app I was in. Or if I bring this back up again, there's a little quit button right there. And then obviously it quits you back into the main OS, back to your main home screen. So again, I really, really like the new operating system, and I can't wait for you guys to get a handle on it. I think it's much better than the way it was before. Not only does it look better, it's more fun to use, but it's also as snappy as I've ever seen the Quest operating system function here on the Quest 3. And I can't wait for them, like I said, to keep updating the apps like the store and stuff to kind of fit this theme and see where this goes from next. I've been waiting for the customization of your home. Hopefully, that's something next on their radar. But this is a great step forward to the operating system on the Quest. It looks so much better, and Meta, make sure you get on updating all your other apps to take advantage of this, because this looks so much better that now every time I open up a 2D app, I'm like, oh, I don't want the 2D app. Where's my Horizon feed looking like it should? Or where's my Meta Horizon store looking like it should that kind of matches the rest? So I can't wait to see what they do with the rest of these after, we get that navigator rolled out to everyone and then they start updating some of these other ones. But amazing stuff, way better than any OS update that we've gotten, and a big change. And yeah, that's the operating system. Like I said, if you guys are up to the new version or the test version, you can go ahead and access that now if you want to. If not, it will roll out in the coming months, they said. So if you guys have any questions about anything you guys have seen, as always, leave it down below. If not, thank you guys for watching. Until next time.